Okay, we are going to do a walkthrough right now for how you can add a participant to one of your teams. I'm going to do this with a fake athlete so I can show you the process from start to finish. I'm going to use an athlete profile that I have linked to an email address that I have access to because one of the steps of this process will be accepting the invitation, right? So you can see here I have a pending invitation. I want to be able to show you as a coach the entire process from start to finish. So the first thing you're going to want to do is log in, portals.specialolympics.org. My profile defaults to Coach Zone as that initial page. For a lot of our folks, it is going to default to the Volunteer Zone as your default page. Just depends on how your account was originally set up. If you would like to change your default view, reach out to your regional staff person. That is something that we can change on the back end. But regardless of your default view, if you want to change to the coach zone, you're just going to go up here to that home and you're going to navigate. So again, we want to go to this coach zone. So I can see all of my teams. If I click on manage my teams, I can see exactly who is already in it. Right, I got Brooklyn Dragons track. I got the four people on my team. Right, Caitlin, myself, Jordan, and Keanu. But I want to add somebody brand new. So I'm going to go into my participants and I'm going to add participant. So this walkthrough is specifically for folks who already have a profile in the COE walkthrough. So if they already exist from another sport or you know that they have created a profile for themselves or their parent or guardian or caregiver has created a profile for them, this is the walkthrough that you want to do as opposed to registering a new participant. So you are going to click on this button, add participant. You are going to be able to search for them. So you can look up by first, last name, and email address. You will search for them. They will get an email invitation that they can accept. You can see which invitations you've sent on your participants page. And then if you don't find a match, you can either register a new participant or reach out to the folks, which is a preferred way, have them create their own profile. All right, so I read through those steps. Let's actually see them in action. So the first thing you want to do is make sure you are selecting the right team. We're doing this floorball team as my test group, as opposed to messing around with a real group that I coach. And then this is when you're going to look up the person. So again, you can search by any of these fields. We do have a full name field. You can also search by just first name, just last name, or their email address, especially if it's a common name like John Smith. Having their email address will be able to confirm that you are looking up exactly who you want to. All right, so I'm going to look up Olivia Chi. She's the only one in the system. I know it is her. We're going to select. I'm going to add her as a member. If you do not know what these different roles are, you can just hover over this little I for some additional information. So you have members, leads, chaperones, or admins. All of your athletes and unified partners are going to be added as a member. All right, so that was a submission that is inviting. I just invited Olivia to my team. So you can see she did not automatically show up here. But I can go in and I can see my sent invitations. I can see that is pending. So meanwhile, I just got an email saying to accept my invitation. I've been invited. I'm going to log in. So this is now something that you would be having your athletes, your families do. This isn't going to show. I'm going to pause and I have to log out and log back in. Okay, so now we are flash forwarding in the system. I have gone in as the parent of Olivia Chi in my parent account, and I have accepted the invitation that Coach Lindsay Chi sent out, and I accepted that invitation. So now, me as coach, I can go to my participants page and see Olivia right here. She's 15. Her health history has been submitted, as opposed to Jordan, Keanu, and Doug. All of their health histories were completed before Fall State Games. They're all approved. Deborah's health history is incomplete. Right, that's something that still needs to be completed for her. So you can see those different statuses right then and there, which is great. I can also scroll over and see any coaches. And I don't have any unified partners, but if I did, they would also be right there. So that is how you would add an athlete participant. The process is exactly the same if you wanted to add a coach to your team. I'm going to do that here as well. I don't know why that just did that. Sorry about that. Okay, so same process. Looking them up, identifying the team. I think I have a test account. We'll add my parent test account. It'll be the same thing. Can add them in as, right, depending on what level of access do I want. So in this parent, I just want Olivia's mom to be in there as a chaperone. Doesn't have any access to managing anything on the level. Similarly, it's going to send out an invitation to Olivia's mom, this test account that I have. Mom will get that invitation to join. So let me go ahead and I'll pause so I can fast forward and accept that invitation. Okay, again, we fast forwarded now. Mom has accepted that invitation, so I can go in and see now that mom. I guess I can't because she's not a coach. Should be able to look. Yeah, there we go. I can see her as the mom here in the page as a chaperone. She doesn't have any role. She doesn't have any checklists. She's just in there as a mom, as a chaperone. There's no certifications there. You can also add folks who are coaches. I will show that now. I'm going to use a coach. I'll use Coach Biner, but I don't expect him to automatically accept that invitation. All right, so again, you're going to go back to my participants, add participant, and can look up Mike Biner. Right, so it is important that you're looking them up by whatever their name is on there. So in the case of Mike Biner, right, that's not going to search. So other ways that you can kind of improve your search would be searching just by last name. Then it'll show up. Or I do know Mike's email address, so I could have looked up by his email address. So we're going to add him. Go ahead and add him as a lead, right? That's someone I want to be able to see who else is on the team, but Mike doesn't need to be managing any health history forms for this test team. Versus if I wanted him to be able to help me out with health history forms for other athletes, then I would mark him as an admin. So these three roles are really going to be the roles that you're using for your the folks on your team. So member would be anyone who is a player, an athlete, or a unified partner. Admin, folks that you are that would be managing health history information and that level of data. Then leads are assistant coaches who you want to be able to see who's on the team, but they're not going and they can see athlete profiles, so they can see contact information, stuff like that, but not the health history information. All right. And so for right now, he's not going to show up because he still needs to accept that invitation. But I can go back and I can see that he was invited, right? He's pending as a lead for the floorball group.